So students, the last class we have discussed first order analysis of a system with the time domain specifications. Now today we'll start with the analysis of second order system. So mathematical model of a second order system shown in figure below. The dynamic behavior of a system can be described in terms of parameter omega n and zeta. So omega n is a natural frequency, zeta is the damping ratio. We'll discuss these points later. Let us look how exactly that second order system looks like in the block diagram representation. Here is the R of S, it's the reference input, C of S is the control output. So this is summing point with a feedback element, unity feedback element like this. And this is the forward path gain, that is omega n square whole divided by s plus 2 zeta omega n. This is a standard second order system representation using the block diagram. We know how to find the transfer function of this one, that is C of s by R of s is given as g of s divided by 1 plus g of s into h of s. Here h of s is 1, substitute the value of g of s here, that is what omega n square by s bracket s plus 2 zeta omega n whole divided by 1 plus omega n square by s plus 2 zeta omega n into 1. So upon simplifying this one, so we'll get an answer omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Now onwards, so we'll use this standard equation. This is the second order standard equation. We are making use of this one in next coming concepts. So that is C of s by R of s is equal to omega n square whole divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square, where omega n is a natural frequency and zeta is the damping ratio. Now we look into it. What is that natural frequency? So that is the omega n. Natural frequency of a second order system is the frequency of oscillation of a system without damping. What is that? For example, the frequency of oscillations of a series RLC circuit with R shorted would be the natural frequency. It is also called as undamped natural frequency. So unit is radians per second. Understand? Next one, next term is here a damping ratio. Its notation is called zeta. It is called zeta. It is the ratio of decay frequency to the natural undamped frequency. That is given as zeta equal to exponential decay frequency whole divided by natural frequency, that is radians per second. This is what the definitions of natural frequency and then damping ratio. Then how exactly that second order standard system represented with the block diagram as well as equation. This equation is very important for the next topics. Now, in the second order system, we come across some different cases and for which system responds differently. So we'll look into one by one how exactly it varies and how exactly it differs. Case 1. So it is an undamped system where zeta is equal to 0. In case 2, so that is an underdamped system. So for that, zeta values lies between 0 and 1. That is zeta greater than 0 and less than 1. Case 3, it is a critically damped system. Understand? So wherein zeta is equal to 1. So in the case 4, it is an overdamped system for which zeta value is more than 1. Understanding? Now consider the system equation, that is denominator of this transfer function s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square is equal to 0. To study the system behavior depends upon the roots of an equation. So look into it how exactly you get the roots. So consider this equation using the Sridhar's formula, roots formula. So you can write minus b value with a minus sign, that is minus 2 zeta omega n plus or minus under root b square, that is 4 zeta square omega n square minus 4 ac. A value is here 1 coefficient, c is omega n square, it's a minus 4 omega n square. So by simplifying this one, we will get minus 2 zeta omega n plus or minus under root 4 omega n square bracket zeta square minus 1 whole divided by 2. Upon simplifying this one, we will get the two roots, that is s1 and s2, that is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n under root zeta square minus 1. So roots of an equation. So when we'll consider the different cases, how exactly the system behavior changes depends on the roots of an system. That is, first one, when the zeta is equal to 0, S1 and S2 is equal to plus or minus zeta omega. In this equation, if I write here zeta as 0, so this term will become 0, this term will be 0. So only term what we'll get is what? Omega n under root minus 1. That results in S1, S2 is equal to plus or minus j omega n. Here we can comment that roots are purely imaginary and system is undamped. We can write. Okay. So this is the first result of the roots. Okay, we'll look into the next case. When, when zeta lies between 0 and 1, in that case, what would be the result? So that is S1 and S2 is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n under root. If I take minus 1 common outside, so you will get 1 minus zeta square. Understanding? So if you take this one under root minus 1, it will become j outside. So that results in zeta minus zeta omega n plus or minus j omega d. So this is a new term we are introducing where omega d is what? Omega n under root 1 minus zeta square, where omega d is the damping frequency or damping natural frequency. In this case, the roots are complex conjugate. You can write here roots are complex conjugate and system is under damped. Why? Because zeta value is lies between 0 and 1. System is having complex conjugate roots and under damped. We look the third case when zeta is equal to 1. When zeta is equal to 1, we see here, the substitute here zeta is equal to 1 here as well as here. This will be what? 0. This term will become what? Here this will become what? Minus omega n. So therefore S1, S2 is equal to minus omega n. The roots are real and equal. System is critically damped, we can say that. Or marginally damped. Okay. So the last case, that is zeta greater than 1, wherein S1 and S2 results in minus zeta omega n plus or minus omega n under root zeta square minus 1. Here in this case, roots are real and unequal. The system is underdamped. This is how the nature of roots decides how exactly the system varies. In this case, these four cases are very important. So underdamped, wherein zeta is equal to 0, underdamped, zeta lies between 0 and 1. Critically damped system, it is zeta is equal to 1. So then overdamped system, zeta is more than 1. This is how it works. Next, we'll discuss how exactly the time response derivation of second order system. So in that case, again, we have the four cases, all the what we have discussed now. So we'll look into the first one, that is case 1 for undamped case, that is zeta is equal to 0. So now consider the second order system as shown in the figure, that is R of s, C of s, the transfer function is what? Omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So you can write this one in the form of equation number 1. For undamped case, we are doing that this one undamped case, zeta is will be 0. In the above equation, the equation number 1, you substitute zeta as 0, you will get C of s by R of s equal to omega n square whole divided by s square plus omega n square. So you can rewrite this equation as C of s is equal to R of s into omega n square whole divided by s square plus omega n square. We call that equation number 2. Okay. Next, for unit step input, R of t will be 1. Its R of s will be what? 1 by s. Substitute R of s is there here as 1 by s. Equation 2 will change to 1 by s omega n square by s square plus omega n square. Using partial fractions, you can write a by s plus p by s square plus omega n square. We call as equation number 4. Now we need to find values of a and b. Look into it. How exactly we need to find a and b. So again, we have the equation this one using partial fractions. Omega n square equal to a s square plus omega n square plus b into s. Put s equal to 0 in the above equation number 5. So we'll get omega n square equal to a into bracket 0 plus omega n square plus b into 0. So this term will vanish only A is equal to omega n square by omega n square, that results in A equal to 1. Similarly, you put A square equal to minus omega n square. So therefore, S will be what? J omega n. In the above equation, we substitute wherever S square is there, omega n square equal to A into 0, right? This will become what? 0. So B into J omega n. So therefore, B will be omega n square by J omega n. Omega n and omega n will get cancelled. So 1 by J will be minus J, that will be minus J omega n. So this J omega n will be what? Yes. So therefore, we can write minus S. Therefore, B will be minus S. Substitute the value of A and B in the above equation number 4. So therefore, 1 by S minus S by S square plus omega n square. We know the inverse Laplace transform how to take. Inverse Laplace transform of 1 by S will be 1. Inverse Laplace transform of S by S square plus omega n square will be cos omega n t. Here I have mentioned it. The inverse Laplace of S by S square plus omega n square will be cos omega t, omega n t. So you can write at the end time response of an undamped case of a second order system will be 1 minus cos omega n t. So by using the equation number 7, you should able to draw the graph of it. So make two columns t versus n, c of t. We want to put the value of t as 0, 5 by 4, 5 by 2. So we are going to get the values. See at 6, 5 by 4, so we are getting the 1. Again at 7, 5 by 4, it will start getting reduced. Means at pi it will reach 2. You can observe here. At pi it reaches 2. Okay. At 2 pi it will reach 0. Right. So this will repeat again for next time cycle. Understand? So this is what the nature of output time response output of a second order system for undamped case. So rest all the things we'll discuss in the next class.